In triangle GHJ, determine the length of GH to the nearest tenth of a centimeter. Alright, the way that we know that this is going to be a sine law problem is that we have a couple of information. We have an angle and its opposite side. So in these kind of questions, I know that I'm looking for my GH. I'm going to name this little j because it's across from our angle J. So GH is the exact same thing as little j. In the sine law, we usually have two equal signs, so we have three ratios, but we only need to use the things that we absolutely need. Like, I don't care anything actually about this couple of information, but I want to use this couple of information to figure out what j is. So I'm good, like a good little math student, I'm just going to write out the formula and then fill in what we know. So j over sine of 44 equals g, which is 7.8 over sine of 51 degrees. What we actually want to do here is we want to cross multiply some. So we're going to say j times sine of 51 equals 7.8 times sine of 44. Divide both sides by sine of 51. J equals 7.8 times sine of 44 divided by sine of 51. You're going to look at this and say, but Mrs. Woodyard, we have to use our calculator. Yes, on this test there's going to be a calculator portion. Okay, so we're going to plunk this into our calculator. Can I just give you a little helpful hint? You don't want to say sine 44 times 7.8, because do you know what it's going to find the sine of? 44 times 7.8. Okay, so the way that I kind of just get rid of that problem entirely, if I write the length first, I type in 7.8 times sine of 44, close bracket, divided by sine of 51. When I do that, I find my j to be, it's like 6.97, but it says to the nearest tenth of a centimeter, so I'm going to round that up to 7.0 centimeters. So people who are thinking of tomorrow, people who are thinking of the ambiguous case might be saying, Mrs. Woodyard, why don't we need to consider the ambiguous case? Well, I said in my first video that if we're given two angles, don't worry about it. So in this question, we've actually been given two angles, which we know that we've actually, we know that we haven't just been given two angles. We've actually been given all three, because I can figure this out in about 2 seconds. 180 minus 51 minus 44.